all right, all right. I just realized something. There's two things I just realized. Number one,
Talk to me.
I didn't even fucking put the music in, man. I'm so late right now. We so late right now, son.
We kicking off a special show like with
I
special
know, but shit
circumstances.
happened. So late. I apologize to everybody that we late like this. Because y'all motherfuckers know me, man. On 8:30 on the dot all the fucking time. But it don't matter. We back at it like crack addicts. You know what I'm saying?
In the building.
Yeah. And tonight it's also a very special night. You know what I'm saying? Uh First of all, let me just go ahead and say to my co-host, my normal co-host, Godspeed. She's got family problems, shit, Godspeed to them
Blessings,
and
blessings.
blessings to them, you know what I'm saying? But in the building,
You already know.
we got Jizzle in the building.
It's your boy, man. Shy City Cypher Jizzle. You know what it is.
Come on, man,
Man,
stop
thank
playing.
you for having me in the building.
Man, stop playing with
man,
me.
we doing this shit today.
No, stop playing. We got some crazy shit going on here tonight. And a lot of crazy shit happened tonight. So let's be very clear that things happen. You know what I'm saying? That's why we late. Things happen. And so, we got to roll with the punches. But at the end of the day, we still got to make this shit happen. Right?
Yes, sir. It's gonna happen. So,
I'm just saying.
man.
And here we are tonight. All right. Jizzle, I say this every fucking show. I'm excited.
I'm hyped.
But I get excited. No, for real, fam. I get excited about hip hop, man. I love this shit. This shit saved my life.
Especially when you're digging deep into the stories, bro. And you're like an hour into some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just dope to hear those backstories and everything. Like the things that people will never get to hear if they don't talk to somebody like Dr. Engineer just coming.
Whoa. Don't nobody tell you to tell who you know what I'm saying? But on that note, let's just say this right now. I am your boy Heat Detector, and tonight we got my special co-host. Jizzo is in the building.
Yeah.
And I'm really beginning to think that my co-host, my normal co-host, and the engineer got something going on because he's always
Don't
here.
Put me in this heat.
No. I'm just saying, but she here when he here when she here. When she gone, he gone. I don't know.
Love is love, man.
Yeah, no, I don't know if there's love in the building. But anyways, let's go. In the building tonight. I again, like I said, I'm excited because I get excited about anything music, anything hip hop, anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Because shit saved my motherfucking life. So yeah, I feel a certain way. And tonight we have somebody who's very special. You know what I'm saying? Certified. When I say certified, like motherfuckers already, they talked about him. They said, yeah, he's that guy. I said, okay. Because I was a little worried at first. You know what I'm lying? I even talked to you. I said, man, I don't know, man. This motherfucker might be catfishing my motherfucking ass or something, right?
Facts.
But no, it turns out he's official.
That's what you said. It's stamped.
Stamped. Say that one more again, man.
Stamped.
Stamped, certified. And so without further ado, we got Dr. Engineer JC McDowell Jr., aka June. June was cracking, baby.
What up? What's up, fellas?
First of all, I want to apologize, for being late. Secondly, I want to apologize that we have to do this via Bluetooth because for whatever fucking reason, we couldn't get you on camera, but that's all right. We're going to make this shit happen.
So I'm with it.
Yeah.
We might have part 2 later.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Part 2. We already talking part 2 and we ain't even got through part 1. I like that. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna muscle through it. We're gonna muscle through it. Excuse me, in my COVID.
It's been done before, but
yeah.
Y'all gonna get this knowledge no matter what.
Yeah. Facts.
You gonna get that work like Luck said.
Okay. Look at Jizzo just jumping in there, talking and shit. Listen, before we even get started, tell the people who you are, what you represent, and the whole shit, because I low-key did some homework, so I kind of know. And I also spoke to you. So for those that don't know who you are, please enlighten them, sir.
Okay, my name is Dr. JC McDowell. Call me JC, call me June. I am the Midwest Regional President for the Hip Hop Alliance. and I've just been in that position maybe about a few months now. That's a new position. Let me also add that the conference that they're having is tomorrow, February 25th at 3:30 Central Time.
Okay.
And my background, just to make it quick, I spent 20, 25 years working in corporate America, sales, marketing, and our labels. And also, got my master's degree at Columbia College. And I started an organization called CUMA, Columbia's Urban Music Association. And then I've been to school. I mean, I went to Howard, actually. I went to school with Diddy, went to school with Derek.
Whoa. When you say you went to school with who? You said Diddy?
Yeah, he's older than me. Yeah,
Diddy?
He's older than me. Yeah, Diddy. He was a student. He never graduated, of course, because he was taking that train to do his intern at MCA. And
right.
The rest, the history from there.
Uptown, baby.
Right. So, I basically come from that maybe I should tell y'all the first hip hop conference ever happened at Howard University.
Now, what was that called at the time? Because I remember Jack the Rapper. I remember there was
you talking corporate conferences, corporate music conferences like Jack the Rapper, the Gavin, Impact. Yeah. But this was the first time students, I guess, said, we want to be involved in this industry and we're going to book these people to come talk to us about getting involved in this industry.
Right. And what, just out of curiosity, I seen your resume. I'm looking at the shit and I'm like, okay. But what certifies you to be like that guy? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it the names or is it the knowledge? Is it your work ethic? Like what gives you that shit to say like, I'm that fucking dude?
Somebody who wouldn't know me, you have to look at my background and where I've been at and my position involved in this music industry. I turned down a job when I graduated from Howard University to work at University Records. That's Maya Drew to y'all. The guy who ran it was a Howard University graduate. I worked with him at the hip hop conference. Okay. But I turned that down to say I wanted to come home and help Chicago scene blow up at that time. It was only Common, Twister. I don't think the Brat was out at the time.
How do you feel about the Brat having a baby and being in a lesbian relationship? Just had to say that. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Sidebar.
All right. My bad. I just be sometimes, you know what I'm saying, my mind just be going and I'm like, wait, what? He said, the Brat now.
So you say you turned down the position over there to go work with them to come to Chicago. What was like your dream?
To come back to Chicago.
He's from Chicago.
To come back to Chicago.
Yeah, I'm originally from.
What was the dream that you had? Like what was like that goal that you said, no, I'm gonna do this instead, and this is gonna happen?
Okay, good question. Puffy, if you look at Puffy's career, he chose the label part. Let me be the A&R, let me find an artist, let me write and produce, et cetera, right? My first position in the music industry was the urban Midwest regional of black music for BMG distribution. And they had RCA, Jive, Bad Boy, Arista, RCA at the time, So I learned the real actual game, and I can go deeper, but we'll wait till later. But I learned the actual how this game worked. Most people learn it from a label side, right? So basically, going back to why I came back, I wanted to create an industry, and the industry had to have people to fill jobs. So in order for us to do that, we had to create a network or type of a type of communication with the industry to say that we're students and we want to intern or we want paid interns, or et cetera, to work in the industry. And it was very successful, if you ask anybody.
And that's primarily because of the lack of industry that we have here in Chicago, right? Because I don't know, like for anyone that, you know, that's been to the West Coast and has worked in music, like you kind of see how like over there all the labels are there, and I mean you can literally drive down the street and walk. I mean you can't walk into the label, but you know they're right there. And it's like in Chicago we just don't have a lot.
Oh, you can walk in. You can walk in.
You can walk.
We used to have Record Row back in the day. And that's why all the labels are here, like Mercury Records, etc., Chess Records. Y'all may heard of that.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened is they left Chicago and moved to New York.
Yeah.
And then that's why New York was the first, you know, hip hop to actually start this thing.
Yeah.
Then they moved to LA, you know, NWA, Ice-T, that type of thing. Then they moved to Atlanta, which is where the base is at right now in the South. Mm-hmm. Chicago, with all its leaders in this hip hop game, because it's not an industry.
Yeah.
Never said, let's come together and let's create our own industry like every other coast did.
What? Let me ask you, because that's an interesting point that you just said, because, you know, I'm not originally from Chicago, but I do call this place my home now. I've been here 17 fucking years, so, you know, I've seen the ups and downs of hip hop here in the city. And one of the things that's very prevalent in the city is that people don't know how to work together here. What do you think that problem is with Chicago, and why people are?
I'll tell you a story. I got a quick story.
Go ahead.
I started as a DJ in the 90s. I was a big DJ doing historically black college university parties, basically, you know. We also were doing music industry. I incorporated the music industry part in there, doing hip hop music and house music at the time. So that means remember, this is early 90s now. Right. So we attracted the industry to us because we was the only kind of game in town. So with us attracting these people, we met music reps or people that was independent reps pushing their products. And when we ran into somebody like that, it wasn't arms open or open arms love. It was competition.
Yeah. So, okay. So basically you're saying like, so Chicago is just really based off of competition. Is that?
Well, that was the 90s. Let's live it up to 2023.
Okay.
From what I've seen, what I've been can TV, watching, watching shows like Drink Champs. I watch videos every day. I'm really immersed in this game. I watch the game. You know, radio and TV.
Let me ask you this: have you watched Shy City Cypher?
Yeah, I've seen them on cable TV before. I'm not looking at the video, but I saw you. But yeah, I've seen you before.
Yeah.
No doubt, man. Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, that's.
I mean, like, look, man. We have to break the cycle of shit here in the city.
It's because of egos too, man. I think there's a lot of egos, and then there's a lot of circles, and then there's certain gatekeepers, and then all of that just.
But that's the game, anyways. That's the game.
Let me respond to what you just said. Gatekeepers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it depends how you look at it. The way I was taught, it started as like a big six. It was only 6 major companies basically. Now it's only 3. That's Universal, Warner, and Sony.
Yep.
So if there's only 3 majors in the game, and they control the sales and they control the broadcast, promotions, and et cetera, et cetera. Why do we get this and everybody say that the industry is crooked when they come in with their own team, manager and attorney, and they sign that contract, money or no money, but the industry is crooked?
The industry is crooked. I don't know if you're saying it's not, but I myself.
Well, I'm not saying either or. I'm bringing the dialogue out.
Okay, understood.
Yeah, and I mean, and like I said, that's you know, for you've seen those flyers where it's kind of like that same promotion company, and it's got those same 2-3 artists that's on the flyer, you know. And then there was the long conversation after the Super Bowl about like pay to play and investing in your career, and whether you're willing to invest in the right situations. But a lot of these, man, you ever meet somebody and you kind of could tell they're not really about the culture or about this music, like they're literally in it just for a check. And I think that's like where it, like, you know, I'm not knocking them, get your money, but at the same time, it's like a lot of that stuff is what's closing out like these doors. And that's why people leave Chicago. That's why all these artists, these rappers, they don't live in Chicago. They leave other places to get these opportunities.
Yeah, big facts.
They was doing that back in the day too.
Yeah, big facts. But that is not.
We have no industry here. So the A&Rs are east and west. That's how I ended up meeting Daddy-O. I did a Kuma conference and he was a panelist, and he invited me to come be an A&R to work at MCA Records at the time.
Well, big shout out to Daddy-O.
Yeah, we were building since R. Kelly got an award from our organization, and George Daniels was promoted by me.
Hey, peace, Uncle George, man. Peace, Uncle George. Super cool kid.
You know, see, they know about the legacy that was built, but the problem is they want us to do it their own way, or they don't look at it as let me be the man and everybody follow me. When I looked at it as everybody can get it, it's a matter of what you know.
And even when you present people with tools, you could put something in front of somebody and they still won't know what to do with it.
Right, like leading a horse to water, they ain't gonna drink.
Because like,
well, let's talk about an artist. Well, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, because like now, I mean, how necessary is the industry? Because now you could make a song here at the house, promote it, drop it, make your artwork. You can kind of do it all yourself and have a song up on iTunes in 2 days and start, you know.
And if it gains traction,
and then they'll come look at you.
Yeah, and then next thing you know, people want to see you. You're getting $50,000 a fucking show in Indiana and God knows where else, and now you got money. And
but I was just saying that because of the difference of how, like, we're talking about engineer trying to build this industry back then. And I was gonna ask him, like, how do you feel about like all of the work that might have been put in to create that industry, when now, like, as everything evolved, do you still really need the industry?
That's a good question.
Good shot.
And this has been debating for a while now with people who are not in the game and people who are in the game. Is it better to sign a major deal, or is it better to sign an independent deal? I'll give a story quick. Me being an attorney, ended up meeting an artist in Chicago named Taco.
Oh, slow down. I know Taco.
We worked together for 2 years, and at the end of our work, it still hasn't really ended, but it's a beginning.
Yeah,
he was offered a deal. He was offered a major label deal. I don't want to give up his private information, but he was offered a major deal.
Yeah, I'm already knowing. Yeah,
and the key right now is he's a big independent artist. He's self-sufficient.
He just did the House of Blues not that long ago.
No, you don't understand it.
Right. So
Taco.
So go ahead.
Okay, my bad. I don't mean to interrupt, but
no, go ahead.
I fucked with Taco before anybody knew who he was. He was in my studio. My niece brought him to me. She was dating him. She brought him to my studio.
Definitely.
Unc, you gotta fuck with this nigga. You know what I'm saying? He good people, and you know, I'm like, you're my niece. Whatever you want. I don't give a fuck. I ain't gonna charge this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I have shit to this day, and that computer I'm pointing at right there, bro. There's shit on there, like, not just Taco, but there's so many motherfuckers that I fuck with. But Taco shit, he blew me away because I was like, my niece brought me some motherfucker. Okay, for her, I'm gonna do it, right? This nigga got in the booth You know, he's like, throw me a beat, and we went through a few beats, and he said that one. He went in the booth, man,
Right.
and
Let
I
me
swear
go
to
back to why.
on
Go ahead, I'm
God,
sorry.
I was like, holy shit.
Let him finish his thought though about what he was saying. But
Go ahead.
fam.
Yeah, the reason why I brought it up, because again, where would you make the most money at? We talking professional business out here. This
Right.
is corporate America. Would you make money independent or would you make more money major? And I'm gonna tell you why major is gonna win. You want to do overseas tours.
You can
Yeah,
still,
you can set that up yourself,
bro.
or you can go through a label that already got divisions or whatever you want to call them, associates in different countries.
But with that being said, and I hear what you're saying. With that being said, though, you know what I'm saying? Then you're taking a big ass cut. You know, the label's gonna take a huge cut of
You
this
took
shit.
the words out of my mouth. You do end up losing. You start. I mean, but that depends on the scheme of things, how big the numbers are. But
I mean, what the fuck?
Well, you're gonna sign a 10% deal. You're not gonna get no more than 10%. Because you're an individual artist, but if you come in as a company, they might do a joint venture with you.
Okay, no, but here's the other thing,
and that's why you got to be on your business for these artists.
Right.
If you're on your business with your company, got your LLC.
I am not arguing
shit.
with either one of you motherfuckers. All I'm saying is that I know independent artists right now, and they get calls. They make $200,000-$300,000 a year. They don't have to do shit, and all they do is write music, do shit. And they go on their little tours and they do, you know what I'm saying? They don't need a record label. And the point
let them know it's earned though. Everything is earned, no matter you independent or major.
Yeah, no, but here's the thing. Like some people are comfortable.
Look at Tech Nine.
Well, not just Tech Nine. Let's talk about
Tech Nine is special. He got his own distribution company.
Yeah, Tech Nine is a different individual. But even my man's damn, I don't know why I can't remember his name. Guatemalan guy from Brooklyn. You know, everybody know who he is. Fuck, why can't I remember his name right now? Anyways, it'll come to me. But like he runs his own shit, does his own thing. You know, the thing about it is, it's like nowadays, with the internet and the shit, like, you know what I'm saying, like Fruity Loops and everything. You're like, you can do everything from your home and pop it online, and then, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers blow up, and then the industry wants to get excited about you. You know what I'm saying? Now, from your professional opinion, let's say, Jizzle, I'm going to use you for an example, if you don't mind, sir.
Do your thing.
You make a joint. You record it at your crib. It's a rough fucking song, but people fucking love it. It goes crazy. Now you got a couple options, because now people are calling you. Hey, can you come over here and do a show? We'll give you 30,000. You all, because this shit happens. And then the label calls you and says, hey, we can do this and that for you. Are you taking the cash right there? Or are you signing? Is it a 360? What does Jizzo do?
Okay, you said 3 point. Oh, you talking to him or me?
No, I'm talking to him, but then I'm gonna throw it. I'm throwing that shit right at you for his answer.
I'm listening.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends. You know what I'm saying?
Does it?
It's because like you gotta. All right. So if I grab
come on,
this,
man, don't stutter now, fam.
If I grab this and I tell you I'll give you $5 for it, and you're like, no, you kind of make it more valuable, right? So what I'm saying is, they're gonna approach you with these numbers. You can't just start running off taking 30,000 for a show on a thing, because you might have a bigger deal with like Engineer said with the company. So you gotta weigh your options.
But
you can't just
with that
jump
being
to the
said,
answer.
but if it's you're getting less percentage,
I wouldn't take it.
You know, I'm being I'm being the devil's advocate here.
Primarily because I do a lot of stuff on my own. So like I make my own merch. We've got our own ciphers. I started filming music videos back in the day because I couldn't get someone.
But here's the other thing that a lot of people don't know. You sign a big deal. Now all of a sudden they own, you know, they can put it in the contract where they own part of your merch.
Well, that's why I make my own merch, bro, because I didn't want to pay anyone else any kind of percentage to be making that stuff.
Not to cut you off, but bro, what do you think about that conversation? That little tiny bit of shit right there.
Okay, we talked about 3. Let me say this first. If you take any credit from anybody, you own. Okay? Mm-hmm. You said 3 things. You didn't say when the songs were released. I don't know if it was released or not. Or was it promo? Mm-hmm. The second thing is you talked about a booking and a label. Is this happening at the same time, or can I, you know?
Well, I'll help you with that. I'll help you with that. My uncle is booking my shows. There you go, right there.
Okay, so that's family. Family is doing the booking.
Yeah, my family's doing my booking.
So
and I'm fucking and I'm getting 30 racks a show. And they got me booked.
Okay, that's cool.
They got me booked for 6 months.
That means
they got me booked for 6 months, man.
I just need a contract.
Okay, take that?
That's cool.
Do I take the 10%
now
of
let's go to the label. We're going to the label right now. Okay, so now we at the label. They want to offer you money. Okay. First thing I said.
Now wait, before you spit knowledge, bro, I have to say this. I hope everybody's listening to what this man is about to drop on you. I hope you motherfuckers are listening to what we are even having this conversation about. I hope, I pray, and I hope that some of these young motherfuckers is listening, because my man's right here that we talking to is an industry standard ass guy. So he's about to drop knowledge. So you motherfuckers, I hope you listen. And if you don't, and you don't like the show, at least rewind back and listen to what my man said. Okay? My man's. Go ahead. My bad.
All right, going back to the label. You said they want to offer you some money. Like I said, if that artist or that talent want that money, I'm not stopping them. Mm-hmm. You do what you want, because I'm getting a percentage of it anyway.
But
my thing is this: how much money they're offering, what is the money going for? Like, example, travel, food, and how long is going to take for you to make a return?
Yeah. Now you're talking that shit I love. That's what motherfuckers.
You say, it ain't got nothing to do with the label. It don't have nothing to do with the label.
Yeah.
This is money.
Yeah. Talk that shit, baby.
That shit with the label is a loan, essentially, for depending on what you're getting.
100%.
They're gonna say, all right, we're gonna give you 1.5 million, but that includes the budget for the album, your flying shit, your hotels, the this, the that, and what do you end up
your
with?
Gear. You eating at that restaurant?
Your drinks.
Them drinks.
Your smokes. Your haircuts.
All that. Man, talk your shit, bro. Talk your shit.
So, basically, so this falls back on taking an independent or major deal. It depends on, you know, who's, I'm gonna say, you know, I can't really say this lawyer is better than this lawyer because everybody know how to read, you know. Mm-hmm. But
do they?
Question
do
is,
they? Do they? Not everybody knows how to read, bro. Not everybody knows how to read.
I would think a lawyer that went to college would at least, you know how to do a little bit of it, you know. All right. So, but my point in saying that is, it's really gonna boil down to, and I'm gonna take it back in the day. If you're gonna touch somebody, and I used to say this, why is everybody going to these people with no experience when you come to somebody with experience?
Right. And so that'll lose me to my question to you. Who in the fuck is you to be saying all this? What is your resume? No. I'm telling you. I'm asking you, Pat.
No, I'm about to tell you. I can tell you 3 things. I can tell you 3 things. I can tell you 3 things about me that nobody can say. It's called Industry to the Streets. I created this slogan in my DJ days called Industry to the Streets, which means you have to bring the industry to the streets. And you have to have that industry knowledge. That's corporate. You have to have that street knowledge. That's for me promoting parties and DJing. And what's missing, what they don't tell you, is you got to have the education knowledge.
And we don't get that. We don't get that education, and that's a whole nother topic we'll get off into another day. But we don't get that financial literacy.
Well, that's why everybody keeps saying. That's why everybody keeps saying the labels are raping them.
Because they are. But you know what? I'm going to tell you right now. I talked to Daddy-O earlier, and he told me to press your ass. Press him. Talk to him and press his ass. So I'm gonna press you a little more. You know.
I got my pen. I'm writing stuff down.
Yeah, listen. Jizzo's over here like, boy, calm down. I'm like, no, I can't. I'm sorry, bro.
You're in the search for knowledge, bro.
Yeah. No, I'm not in the search of nothing, nigga. I'm good where I'm at. But what I am in for is giving other people knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I understand the game.
You never stop learning, though.
Yeah. No, without a doubt. No, you're 100%.
Oh, yeah, that's very true. I've always learned.
Yeah, but you know, I would remiss myself if I. Yeah, a little tough right there.
Put in there,
don't worry about it, man. Right. You'll make it home, though. You know what I'm saying? But I would remiss myself if I don't ask these type of questions. You know what I'm saying? Again, what gives you the right to say the things that you're saying? Because as hip hop heads, myself, Jizzo, like this shit saved my life, bro. I told you on the phone. You're like, hip hop saved my life, man. So I like, and I'm an old head.
But wait, what he's saying is definitely like super important.
I got an answer for him.
No, but hold on.
All of the three things he's saying is super important, and that's what anything in life. You can't just be book smart. You got to be street smart. Got to have boots on the ground.
I know that? You don't think I know that?
That's what I'm saying. That's what he's saying is what he's bringing to the table to be qualified to be able to say these things.
Okay, but guess what? I got qualifications, but don't nobody pay attention to me. So well, I'm asking. Wait. No. Hold on. So I'm gonna ask you, why should I listen to you? What gives you the right? What gives you the right? Because I've been in the game myself. I know things. I understand shit. Here's
the answer.
Okay, go ahead.
Word to my mentor Daddy-O since 1995, and word to my whole career in this game.
Yes, sir.
I'm the first African American to own a performance rights organization.
Mm-hmm.
Learn what that is.
First of all, don't ever threaten me. Don't ever threaten me.
Not you. I'm talking to your audience.
no, I'm also talking to everybody and everything. Don't threaten me.
For those that are listening, can you tell them, is that the same as ASCAP and BMI?
Yes, sir.
100%.
That's for y'all that's listening, man. That's out there writing songs and just putting your shit on YouTube. You need to listen to this, man, because you gotta have your performance rights, your writers.
So if I mention performance rights organization, what about civil rights? Where's our inclusion?
In what part? What do you mean in the performance?
Man, listen to what he said. I caught it.
Inclusion in the area of promotion. I don't want to go too deep, but
no, go deep, because sometimes pause, but sometimes some motherfuckers need to just hear that shit.
There's probably no inclusion because the greedy motherfuckers are in there.
I'll just give let me give a little nugget there. They have the National Music Publishers Association.
Yeah.
Right. They also have I can't remember. I don't want to go into all the names of organizations, but through those organizations, you can register your content, your art. And if you register your contact with these people and make a relationship with these people,
loving it right now.
They already have the people sitting there on their boards, their member board, that can say, okay, can network yourself, because that's all everybody doing is networking anyway. Can network yourself into a situation where they might take a chance on you. But see, we too low. We too out there performing and stuff like that. So that's why people use managers, because the manager's supposed to do that work, but I'm more of an attorney agent, more financial consultant.
Man, talk your shit, man.
So you're dealing with just your guy on the block.
So you're helping them maneuver through them situations to make sure that they're not getting screwed.
I didn't hear that.
Like I said, it's all gonna boil down to that contract. No, it's all gonna boil down to that contract.
Yeah.
And it's gonna boil down to what type of relationship these people have. Because I've known artists in Chicago named Big Nasty. Big Nasty signed a deal with Mercury Records. Do you know what they did for him?
No.
Manufactured a vinyl for him. Do you know his management team didn't know what to do with that vinyl?
Oh, man.
On a major label. So it's a lot in this game. You know, and I don't even want to say No ID was behind that.
Say, whoa. Don't. Hey.
So y'all go. I'm giving y'all a little history. Y'all don't know.
No. I'm saying like that shit didn't pass my motherfucking ears. So No ID had again.
Before No ID, just throw you a little story out there. Before he started, became an A&R, started working with Jay-Z and all of that. He was basically living in a house with his. I think he was married, but he was basically living like a hermit. He had a big studio in his basement, everything. But he wasn't involved in the music business. So we was like, basically, my team and me, basically, why don't you come, talk your knowledge on the panels? No ID. You did 3 college albums on Sony.
Right.
So after prepping him up and getting him to understand who he was, and he comes out, what do you think is going to happen? Bam, that's No ID. Let's bring him in. So, and I can give you another story about Kanye West.
Man, speak your shit.
Kanye West was in a group called Go Getters.
Yep, I know about that.
They performed at one of my conferences. And we had hip hop there, the A&R from Rockefeller.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you something real
remember,
quick.
I'm not in the label business. I'm distribution sales.
Right.
So all that stuff to me back then was whatever.
Let me ask you something though. When you say that shit happened, did you see something special in Kanye, or was he just?
I didn't finish telling you. I wasn't looking for talent. My thing was network, make your connections, do what you want to do. Even though when I look back at it, I probably should have licensed everybody. But anyway, Kanye left his group from that point. And he moved to New York. Mm-hmm. And then he hooked up with a lot of my Howard University people, like the Mad Rapper. He did all of his albums,
Facts.
And he hooked up with people like, I can't remember the other Howard people, but anyway, he was working with Diddy. Yeah, he was working with Diddy. And Diddy had Hard Pierre there. But anyway, my point is, Kanye, he didn't have to leave to get on. My point is, he left his group, but you saw in the history of it how he brought him back. They was on TV together, but who knows what their relationship is today. I'm not involved in that. Only thing I know is John Monopoly. John Monopoly is his manager.
Right.
Or, was and is. He bought him a Bentley. I mean, whatever he bought him a $100,000 car. Kanye did.
By the way, listen, let me just say this real quick. For those of y'all that are listening right now or not going to listen until later, whatever in the fuck, this is a history lesson. This is a 100%.
That's all I got, man. I can tell y'all how this whole history happened.
You know what I mean? And this is what I love about hip hop is like, it's so much gratitude to you for being on the show tonight and telling your stories and everything, you know what I'm saying? Because it's so important for people to hear this shit. And I think that's kind of where we're headed at. You know what I'm saying? And everything. Again, gratitude for being on my little tiny ass podcast. But
yeah, shout out to when we had the Kuma organization going. Shout out to Core Foundation. Yakira, she was there. She was around. She chose to do her own thing, which is what she's doing now. Kingdom Rock. You know, they got the hip hop museum now. Him and his partners.
Chirac
They
Nation.
was all at Columbia College.
Chirac Nation.
Chirac Nation.
Yeah, they was at Columbia College, but they was underground. I was in graduate school.
Okay. But I just had to say that shit. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, give you gratitude for sharing your stories. And we ain't done yet. You know,
have you been down to the hip hop museum?
I haven't, but I'm going.
I just met Daryl Roberts, so I'll probably be going soon.
But my whole thing is like this, bro. Like, it's gratitude, you know what I'm saying, that you are, you know, sharing knowledge, number one. Number two, and sharing like deep stories. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't done yet because this show is an hour and a half. So, God damn it. Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question?
Shoot.
Can I ask a question, bro? Mr. McDowell, June.
I'm listening.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
What's the nastiest shit you ever walked into in the studio?
Say it one more time.
What's the nastiest shit you ever walked into the studio?
Nastiest? What about, you ask me what have I seen in the studio?
I don't know. It's up to you to prepare yourself for that answer.
Why you ask me like a drink that question? So again,
I mean, we've all seen shit. I've been in the game, bro. Like I said, like I spoke.
I know what you're asking. I know what you're asking me. Okay. Yeah.
You ain't got to say no names, but if you want to say names,
let me tell you my studio experience. How about that?
Nah. You ain't gonna. Listen, Daddy-O told me to press you.
Now, if I talk about the studio stuff, then something come up. So I'm trying to think, because that's what I'm saying. If you hear of how my studio experience worked, then you'll get a glimpse into how.
First of all, you're elusive as fuck, because not only could I not find anything about you, but my man's Jizzle couldn't find anything about you. So, damn, you elusive as a motherfucker.
Well, it's not that many people to communicate with on my level.
Oh,
who really serious about this, who do this 24/7, and who really want to work.
Can I tell you this, sir?
I'm glad you said that.
I'm glad you said that.
Business in studios every day. Even though when I was at A&R, we had to be in the studio every day because that's what they was paying us to do, to make the music for the artists that they signed.
Well, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that, because people like myself.
I should say make the music.
No. Let me finish.
I let you finish. Mix the master too.
My man's. I let you finish. Let me finish, please, sir. Like you yourself, you said you 100% in it, right? That's basically what you were saying just a moment ago. I'm 100% in it. My man Jizzle's 100% in it. Like, we take this shit dead ass serious. You know what I'm saying? We take hip hop dead ass serious. Hip hop saved my motherfucking life. You know what I mean? And I don't take this shit lightly. You know what I mean? But at the same time, when I say it in the way that I say it, it's just like I'm kind of crooked in my own mind. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of I'm an old head, but I'm a gangster. I'm a this and I'm that. But all of it, everything that got me out of the trenches and got me, to where I am today is hip hop. And I'm not trying to tarnish anything on it. I'm not trying to talk shit about hip hop. I love it. I love a motherfucker like you. I promise you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what Gizzo is just sitting over there. He laid back right now. I wish he would say something because it's so true. It's so true, and we have so much shit.
A lot of this hip hop knowledge is healing.
Yes.
When you get the real, you know.
Yeah, it's healing. It is healing, and see, you don't even know that that's what I was pulling out of you right now, man. It's healing. It's healing into to so many degrees, and especially some of us that are a little older. You know what I mean? My man Jizzo is a little younger than me. You know what I'm saying? But
the game always stay the same. Only the people.
Yeah, come on,
Same.
man. Jizzo, if you don't fucking start talking, I swear to God, I'm gonna fucking lose it.
I'm letting you talk, man. I'm not trying to cut you off.
No, don't worry about me. I'm good.
What do you think?
Yo, let me ask y'all a question real quick.
Sure.
I think I asked you this before, my man, Heat Detector. New song, and then French Montana just jumped in a remix of this guy named Too Rare, but they making that same type of sound. What is that called?
Man, it's called Goofy.
Biting?
No, they got some. The industry is promoting that, so it must be something real.
No. The industry promotes whatever fucking makes money. You know this.
Well, it's Lil Uzi Vert. He's one of the biggest quote unquote artists in
But
younger
what it
right now.
is, you just jump. You know what I'm saying? Like jump. You
They
just jump.
They promoted him on the 50 hip hop.
Man, listen. Like
for the Grammys.
Okay. Let me just be very clear on where I stand as far as hip hop. Jizzo, if you don't fucking start talking, I swear to God, we're gonna box outside.
Let's go.
We're gonna box outside. When this shit over with, we're gonna box outside.
I'm here. I'm your emotional support, man. Come on.
Nah, bro.
Come on.
For real. Come on. Listen, when I say this shit saved my life, my nigga, I don't talk that. I live this shit. You know what I'm saying? I make music. I do shit. I fuck with all rappers and everything. But I have my preference. My preference is underground, talk that shit, and bars. Outside of that, I don't give a fuck. I listen to.
So you're not listening to this new trap shit?
No, I do. I listen to everybody because I have to always be in tune. So I listen.
Let me ask you a question. You get hired for a job, a corporate job, right? You've been there for 10 years. Somebody new come up. They move you, promote you to a new position. They put that person in your position. What you gonna do then?
Man, I'm gonna talk to that motherfucker.
You gonna take the money and run. That's what you gonna do.
No, sir. Taking the money.
So you don't care about being promoted in life and being and
no. What I care. No. First of all, nigga, I'm interviewing you. Nigga, don't interview me. Nigga, don't interview me. But no, I will tell you this. Man, I've been in those positions and shit before. And I will tell you this, you know, we got to, whatever in life, you got to stand on something or fall for every fucking thing.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm a different, a lot of people be saying type shit like, I'm cut from a different cloth. Yeah, you cut from toilet paper, nigga. I'm cut from a different cloth. When I say that shit, I don't just say it. I know where I came from. I know motherfuckers. I know shit that motherfuckers couldn't understand. I've been shot, stabbed, sliced, diced. Man, fuck out of here. I've traveled the world. I've done things. I've made millions and lost millions off of my own stupidity. You understand what I'm saying? Man, come on, man. The shit gets deep.
We hit the topic. Jizzle talked about, you said about, you down with this new music.
Jesse Saunders owes me fucking, boy, I told that nigga the last time I talked to him, I said, man, I better not see you at no house fucking shit. Oh, God. I'm gonna beat his ass.
Yeah, you need to watch that George Clinton interview. He mentioned him. He talked about that topic, and he gave a great answer about that, man.
Look, and Jesse Saunders was my signing and not signing, and then signing back again, and the nigga fucked me over. and for those of you who don't know who Jesse Saunders is one of the originators of house music in Chicago.
On and on, man. I bought that record back in the day.
Yeah, and he lived in L.A. I was in L.A. and I got linked up with him. But you know, good thing is that came out of that was I met Snoop, Daz, Corrupt. I was in the studio with these niggas. I told you on the phone, you know what I'm saying? Nairobi, which was Warren G's wife at the time. I don't know if he still married to her or whatever, but at the time, and you know, this is when Snoop was riding around and Suge's fucking green Grand Cherokee. A lot of motherfuckers don't know that shit, but I was right there. You know what I'm saying? Warren G was in a white drop top fucking Ford, you know what I'm saying? The 5.0, the you know what I'm saying? The Mustang 5.0. Yeah.
And cruising in my
and Daz and Corrupt and them niggas was in Cutlasses and shit, like 85 Cutlasses and shit.
Hey, bro, so let me ask you something, man. In your resume, it says professionally helped establish careers, and there's Kanye West, R. Kelly, Eminem, J-Lo. What does that exactly mean when you help this?
Okay, that's a good point. Good question.
Them establish, yeah. Elaborate on that.
Okay,
a
lot of
yo, before you go, I gotta take a piss. So handle your shit.
Do your thing. We'll be here,
man. Be on my man's heels.
We'll be here.
Be on his heels.
We hold you down till you come back.
No, Daddy O said we gotta be on your heels, nigga. We on your heels.
No, that's a great question. Everybody talks about the industry, and I know this person, I know that person, I know this A&R, I know this distribution company, et cetera, et cetera. You can talk the greats, Cash Money, Diddy, Dr. Dre. You can go back in the 70s, 80s, the artists. One thing that I learned in this business as a career, having a career in this business, and being in a different area than a label, more so sales and distribution, everyone isn't invited. So when you earn a position and they invite you in, you might learn something that no one knows. And you ask the question, how was I able to break these artists? First of all, these artists started off, nobody knew who they were. Eminem, you probably knew him from freestyling. J-Lo, you probably knew him from dancing on Living Color. Everybody starts as a nobody. And then it takes the industry, which again, it was better, major or independent, it takes the industry to push it. Now remember, they have employees positioned. Now, I was positioned, and it wasn't distribution, it was more wholesale. I was at the largest wholesaler in the music business, or I should say the audio business.
And helping them get pushing that music.
Well, I didn't get to the actual point. You about to get it right now. So being able to have access to that shipping, free shipping, nationwide, retailers, all I had to do was call the majors. Universal, Warner, Sony. Send me all the merchandise. Yes, they sent it. That's why I had promos and stuff, CDs, boxes of CDs and stuff. I wasn't on the streets no more, so I couldn't have nobody to give it to so we could set off the streets. I was in a good position at that time. So, but basically, going back to breaking the artists, the way the industry broke artists was to merchandise the artists. That's in a retail store. That's posters up. That may be doing autograph signings. The whole game is to sell the record.
Right.
And the point that everyone missed is that, I can sell direct.
Ooh-wee.
I can get a distribution deal. But if you try to go in platinum, you got to sell nation or worldwide.
Yep. Big facts. Big facts. You're dropping a lot of knowledge. Let me ask you a question. Do you know who Chris Hicks is?
You know what? You mentioned that name.
No, I never mentioned that name. It's the first time I mentioned it.
Well, I know a Chris Hicks that went to Howard University that worked with De La Soul.
No, I'm talking about Chris Hicks, Pure Cane Sugar. I'm talking about Oakland ass nigga. I'm talking about the Loonies. I'm talking about Chris Hicks, the motherfucker who put together the Loonies, put together Drew Down, all them with Red Ant Entertainment and all that type of shit.
Yeah, we talked about that. I told you I know what Red Ant. They used to be distributed through B&G.
Okay. You don't even know like how connected I am with them. Like, you remember the song that came out, it was a platinum hit called Let's Burn Till the Sun Burns Your Eyes. Let's burn until the sets on the west side. We get high, ride all night. Now, man, I ain't gonna get into like a whole history lesson about this shit, but I'm gonna tell you, man, like the Loonies and shit, especially straight out of Oakland and any city outside of Oakland. I know these motherfuckers, and my name is on albums and shit. I've done production and things, you know what I'm saying? So I look at things from a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? And even
let's look at the industry.
Huh?
After you get through, let's go inside the industry.
Mm-hmm. Talk to me. Let's go.
Okay.
The industry.
We want to build an industry, right? So that means everybody has to have a position.
Mm-hmm.
And you better be passionate about that position, or else you're going to get taken out. Right?
Yes.
So you got writers, you got producers, you got engineers that run the studios. That's how the song is mastered.
But we're living
now. Where you go with that?
We're talking
that?
old school. That's old school shit. But now, new school is totally different.
Right. Now I was about to. You let me finish. Now you got that master. They going straight to internet. Right. And they trying to sell it. I'm sure.
No, I'm saying you can smoke. Don't worry. Out here, you know what I mean. I'm sorry. I was telling him he can smoke. He can do whatever he wants.
Well, yeah. Oh yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, it's all good. But anyway, he tried to sell it too. So my point is, if we try to build something, and I didn't go into the advertising jobs, the marketing jobs, that type of thing. See, in order for us to really build something, and I mentioned this to Taco, and I told him I'll probably be leading and doing this. Right. You have to start a label. We need a major label here.
Right.
We tried to do it, or should say they tried to do it, Twister and Traxter, when they had Creators Waste. And I was the one who helped them get that deal because I was through Kuma again, and Atlantic Records gave them the label deal. And but nothing really emerged except Twister. And maybe Speeding Out Monsters, I think.
Yeah.
What does that do? What does that do for everybody as a whole though? Like as far as like creating opportunities, there might be a couple people that benefit from, let's say, the label, and they've got maybe 5 artists, but how does that change like the scope of what's going on in the city?
See, this again, you gotta understand what this whole thing is about. And I'm not just talking about the music industry, I'm talking about the world. It's all about a job. So if you and again I may throw in the fact that people say the industry is shady because they're watching you from perspective of this is a job game. What do you do? And most people saying I'll do this, and that, and don't even do it 100% correctly. So
I was about to say something. I was about to say something, but you said something about things being done incorrectly. So you're I'm not trying to turn this.
No, I take that back. I take that. There's no such thing as right or wrong. It's all about how you learn it. Failures may be good for you.
Right. Failure is like, I tell my own kids, you know what I'm saying? Don't look at failure look at it as a speed bump. You know what I'm saying?
Or what is it trying to teach you, right? Because that's how you learn this shit. You got to go through either getting a bad deal or go through fucking stumbling on your own trying to do it to realize, oh, it's got to be this way or it's got to be this way.
And one of the things that I always say to motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, and dealing in music, because I come from a time where people said the game was to be sold, not
to
told.
be told.
But
that's a great quote.
And my thought process after I got fucked over too many times, the game is to be told all the time.
But you see what he just said though.
Yeah,
that's a good quote from the music industry. But there's this deeper shit behind that.
Yeah, and so
because it's only a certain people that's really making that money off of this shit.
True indeed.
And you know,
well, going back to your question, Jizzle, right? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Going back to your question, you talked about all those artists. All those artists were signed to major labels, so they were beginning artists. So if I was able to merchandise them at 50 to maybe 100 stores, I'm working 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. That's all I'm doing. So I'm shipping stuff to retailers, free CDs, payments post up, blah, blah, blah. I'm doing this 3 to 6 months. You don't think I can make an effect in the streets doing that?
Yeah, if you got the go-getterness to be doing it like that, then yeah. And that's why you said earlier it was important that he's got the industry knowledge, he's got the foot on the ground knowledge. You got to come with all that shit to survive because it's a bunch of sharks, bro.
Yeah,
well, when I started in the 90s, if you want to look at how the industry cultivated itself, you kind of you didn't work with people you didn't know, you worked with people that was close to you.
Yeah,
but people found out later that they were snakes too.
Yeah, but here's the problem.
So then now I had to take everything on myself.
Here's the other problem that lies within all that, because you feel like you want to, you may have, like, there's so many times I found some of the most amazing artists, right? And I was like trying to push these motherfuckers. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Vel Bacardi. I don't know if you were familiar with Vel Bacardi and East West Records and shit. This nigga was homeless. He lived with me. I got him a deal with East West Records with what I want to say Martin, but I know that's not his name.
That's Warner Brothers.
You know what I'm talking about? Them niggas, their daddy
left.
Effects
was on that label.
Yeah, their daddy left them that label. So this nigga was homeless, living in my fucking crib, right? He was with a group called the Drunks, and out of Kansas City. I met him because I was going back and forth from fucking Oakland, San Francisco, Stockton, and LA. I was living in LA, but I was doing a lot of music and shit. And this nigga showed up at the studio, blase blah. Long story short, I'm like, I'm fucking rocking with this nigga. Turns out he's homeless as shit. I take him to LA. This nigga's living with me. And we working on everything. Now, if you understand certain things, you know what I'm saying? Like they had a hip hop show in Crenshaw called The Good Life, which they did a whole show with Brandy and shit, like that makeshift. But there was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. It was
let me conclude. Like I said, Eminem, for example, they had the videos on TV. I don't even know if they had them. I don't think they had them on radio.
This is before that.
So the sales pushed them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what made him famous. And I'm gonna throw another quick story at you. T.I.
But hold on, before you go on, budget must be super important in that part of what you're doing, right? Because like I'm assuming
they're on major labels,
but every artist didn't have that same budget. Like if you went and pushed Eminem stuff for sales, it wasn't the same as when you were pushing R. Kelly.
Okay, that's good. That's a great thought. Because I had both. I was the first promoter to work R. Kelly at George's Music Room. Yeah, we was the ones who did that. I was an A&R at Jive Records.
You know,
and I was with his mastering guy, R. Kelly's mastering guy. So, but anyway,
so we're good.
I sold R. Kelly CDs. Selling R. Kelly CDs versus Eminem CDs. Yeah, it's different because R. Kelly's R&B
and black,
and Eminem is black.
Eminem is white. So we
but R&B always sold better than rap at that time. Yeah. You see what I'm trying to say? That's why R. Kelly was able to get on top. It wasn't rap on top; it was R&B.
Did you have to deal with the politics of everything, with all the controversies regarding Eminem back then? Did that affect the way that you were selling?
This was the beginning. This was the beginning of his. It was the beginning of his career. He just had that first album out, and if you ever listen to that first album, dog, that album was raw. I just don't give a fuck. Mushrooms. I mean, I'll kill you, bitch. You know, that type of shit going on. You know, and why would someone want to buy something like that from a white person? We didn't know until we worked the record.
But here is the kicker. Here's the kicker. The kicker is that hip hop is bigger than oneself. Hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Like when me personally, when I realized that hip hop was bigger than me, holy shit! I started realizing like when I lived in Switzerland for like 2 years, right? And I was bugged out. I was like, all these cats doing hip hop, they're like white dudes, and they're like, I didn't understand it. I didn't understand the hand that hip hop had. Now, mind you, this is 1991. I'm in Switzerland. I'm like, these motherfuckers don't know what the fuck they doing. But they took that shit so serious. They took it so serious, bro. I just want to say this. European motherfuckers took that shit so serious.
I want to ask a question. We spoke earlier about you when we started the interview. You started to talk about inclusion. The work that you did, like for Eminem, did it go against kind of what you know what I'm saying? Because you're pushing a white rapper, and then you know. I
also worked Dead Prez for his album. Let's Get Free. It's got all these black kids with guns in the air. That was Columbia Records. That's the biggest label in the game. So what people don't understand about the industry, it's called they're not going to censor you. They're going to protect you. They're going to let you have creative freedom. You see what I'm trying to say? So they're going to let you be who you're going to be. That's why Lil Baby is successful. They're not blocking him. They letting him be who going to be. That's why a lot of his songs sound the same too. So going back to your question, you asked me about these people. Is it politics going on? Did I have politics?
You must.
Remember, I worked for. Well, I'm about to give you that answer. I worked for the wholesale company. The wholesale company is owned by white people. I'm working in the music division. It's only maybe about 5 minorities, and the other 5 or 6 is white. The people that run the division was white. So they love. Were they gonna tell me not to promote Eminem?
But did it affect the way that you promoted him because he wasn't black?
No, I said this. I did. The work is the same. I mean, no matter who it is,
because it's just all about the paycheck at the end of the day. I mean, I'm not saying that's what it's all about for you. No.
I don't think that's what he said.
No, but he had a job to do. What I'm saying is he had a regular job
getting paid. It was a regular job. I was getting paid maybe $10, I forgot, $15 an hour. And like I said, I wasn't there for the money. I was there to learn the game. And that's why I'm able to say I broke these artists, because I ended up meeting Paul Rosenberg, Eminem's manager. They went on tour with the B-Nuts. B-Nuts is an Hispanic hip-hop group that everybody should know about.
We know about
but B-Nuts went on tour and went on first Eminem tour.
Right.
So I
know about the B-Nuts.
I met them backstage And I ended up meeting Paul Rosenberg because I had shoes. I was working with Saucony at the time. So I gave Beatnuts and Eminem free shoes, right? But I never met Eminem. I met Paul Rosenberg, his manager, who ended up becoming president.
Let me ask you a question about Paul Rosenberg, because there's a lot of shit about Paul Rosenberg, because he's
he quit his job and becomes being the president at Def Jam.
Yeah, well,
he just quit.
Like he ain't even on the radio show no more. He's doing his own thing. But you know, a lot of people give Paul Rosenberg a lot of shit because, you know, he's a hip hop head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
with that, hip hop head.
With that being said, you know, does it matter if someone is Jewish, Hispanic, or whatever the fuck? Well, Hispanics, I think we get a pass. You know what I'm saying?
You get into a great question. You didn't finish it.
No, but we get a pass because we were also too a part of hip hop. But when a Jewish person comes in and has extreme knowledge of hip hop, and then, you know, rises to the top of, you know, commentary or whatever, and is being acknowledged as this certain person, is that a bad thing or a good thing?
Well, I mean, make sure I got the question right. You asking me out of all these different genres, all these different cultures and nationalities, how do they make it in the music business, being a different culture?
No. A person like Paul Rosenberg, he's a Jewish
guy.
Let's be very clear. He's a Jewish guy, you know, and there's a lot of backlash about him being Jewish and him culture vulturing. You know what I'm saying? But
they said that about Damon Dash too.
But what is culture vulture?
I ain't getting into that. It's crap.
No, you got to get into it. Come on, bro. We got a little bit of time.
Damon Dash
what is the culture vulture? Ask.
Damon Dash blamed Lyle Cohen, who's president of Def Jam,
and
worked with Kevin Lyle.
Yo,
look,
so basically, he said they were culture vultures.
A lot of the times when you're the head of something, bro, and and there's always gonna be the stupid ass comments.
Listen,
I've had that said to me about Shy City Cypher.
That you're a culture vulture?
I've heard the comment before. I've heard it.
Somebody said that to you, brother?
No, not to my face, but I've heard, you know, through someone else, somebody else.
This guy's a hip hop head. This guy's a ex-gangbanger. I'm sorry, I don't mean to put your shit out there, but I'm just telling the truth. This guy's been in the streets. This guy knows what the fuck he's talking about. Now on top of that, the nigga got bars.
That's just people who don't know you and they'll say shit like that. You know what I'm saying? People that know you, they know what it is, man.
Well, they culture vulture with somebody who rapes the culture. Somebody who makes all whatever they want out of it and gives nothing back.
And that's what I think about, like, these people that just, and I said this shit in one of my tracks. At the end of the track, I say they come to the shows, they come to the city to do shows, but don't cut a check. They're not breaking bread with anybody else. You know, I think it was Global.
You talking about the industry? You talking about the industry?
I'm talking about, these cats that come in here and come and do these shows here in Chicago. They don't bring no Chicago artists up to the stage. And I just want to mention how Glorilla, I think, just performed in Chicago, I think in the last week or two. And she did bring this group of Chicago female rappers. They got some hot song right now, but I thought that was dope. Like, all right, she's at least breaking bread with like the city. But yeah, they come in, they make their money off of our scene, and then they're gone.
I've been here. No, hold on. I've been hearing that argument for many years. I'll give you a quick story. Me and DJ doing my house and hip hop parties. We had the blessings to get Naughty by Nature to do a free performance for us. But that was at the time when they was having beef with Twista. So the West Side didn't endorse Naughty by Nature. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So the point is, and the reason why they was beefing was because of what you brought up. You know, why they don't recognize Chicago artists. It's okay. So, but that beef is over. They made up. Naughty by Nature, Twista are good friends, of course. But yeah, if an artist comes in town, that's basically the tour usually. maybe a special date that they just booked or whatever, and they're not responsible for the show. It's the person that books them or the owner of the establishment. So it's not their job to go, let me call everybody in Chicago who I don't know anyway and figure out who's gonna open the show. They usually don't have a connect.
But they could still say the word and have somebody bring some of these Chicago acts up there to break this bread is what I'm saying.
Y'all make this game a lot personal. And I know this music business is personal. I know this music business is a lot personal.
No, it's not personal,
but it's
bro.
business,
it's not
bro.
personal.
This thing
it's
is
business. That's the difference.
I don't have a problem with personal, but it's going to lead to business anyway.
Yeah. No. That's the thing. See, some of us, I ain't talking about me. I ain't talking about Jizzle. I'm talking about.
Well, I'm an artist, so that's how I look at it from that point. I got to look at it from different angles because if I'm not saying it, somebody else that's watching the show
always business. It's always business. At the end of the day, it's always business. You know what I'm saying? It's always business.
We were just talking about culture vultures, and part of that culture vulture thing is coming into the city or coming into a situation where you're just getting your money out of it and you're leaving.
Let me ask you a question, Jizzo.
Yes, sir.
Are they pawning their gold chains, their platinum chains, or are they taking their money to a bank so I can invest into a small business so I can do the same thing I'm doing?
We could have that conversation about financial literacy.
But they on the record, for the record, they not doing.
Nobody knows this though. That's why this show and this episode is so important. But nobody knows this. I grew up.
But yeah, my point is saying that
right away.
Hey man,
you gotta understand how powerful
we've got to keep this shit about what we're talking about because number one, we're talking about Hip Hop Alliance. We're talking about you and everything that you've done in the music industry. Now, if we start talking about financial literacy and everything else, that's a whole nother
show. That's why I said it was another show. But yeah. it went around what we were talking about.
We'll discuss that. And by the way, I don't normally give this shit out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm about to say, right? Homie of the show. I don't normally give this shit out. My mans, you are officially a homie of the show.
Homies of the show.
That means the link that's given to you, you can use that link anytime. We got to figure that out because clearly you had some technical difficulties. We also had some issues being on time, and I don't like being late, me personally. But my mans, we got to do a part 2. There's no way around it. There is absolutely no way around it.
But let me say some quick things. Currently, within the past, few years, I've been working with Old Dad Truth.
Mm-hmm.
That's Daddy-O's label, and I've been working with Spit Slam. Spit Slam is Chuck D's label from Public Enemy. Daddy-O is signed to Chuck D.
I did Daddy,
I'm putting it for the audience out there. Daddy-O is signed to Chuck D. So basically, there's labels out here that's willing to help you. The problem is they looking at the big deal. They're looking at the chains and the money. While they're looking at it as a career, let me start somewhere. People have connections to get you where they want, but they're not going to connect you without no commitment. That's why I said it's not personal.
I'm looking at my man's right now because what I said to him earlier, not tonight, but last night, I said, man, I fuck with you, I rock with you, but I need commitment. See, that's the thing that motherfuckers don't understand what a commitment is, and not just the commitment.
They're not gonna back somebody that's not backing themselves already, and that's why it's important to know
consistency and commitment. You know what I'm saying?
That's why and just not to be to go deep with this, but that's why they sign contracts, because now it's about what you know from that point. And either you know or you don't know. So it's good to have somebody with you that's already has some experience in the game, that know people that can help your deal get better. But we don't look at it like that. We look at it, I'm on my own, I'm doing my thing, I got my people, and we gonna get our deal. And they go, yes, sign the deal. And they take all the money.
Right. Well, let me ask you something. Before we we're at the tail end of this shit.
Okay.
And I want this to be it's beautiful as fuck. You know what I'm saying? No homo or nothing like that. I want this to be something that somebody go back and watch this and learn from it. You know what I'm saying? And so what I'm going to ask you is this, because we're heading to the tail end. And I'm a long-winded motherfucker, so I'm gonna take it.
I'm up. I just stood up. I was sitting down. I'm up.
Okay. So I'm gonna run this shit like this. I'm gonna need you to tell everybody how to find you, but I need you to do it a certain way because some of these motherfuckers are just that goddamn stupid. So say it slowly and say whatever.com or whatever. You don't say it slowly so these motherfuckers can get it. How can they reach you? How can they find you? And you know, tell them what you're all about. You know what I'm saying? This is the moment.
Well, I'll give you my email. Now let's start there.
No, not me. Not me.
No, I'm talking to your people.
Okay, go ahead. My bad.
You know, I'll give you my email. We can start there. You can find me on Facebook. And if I connect with you, I'll send you my bio.
But you're not telling them how to find you, brother.
It's called, my email is THE the BMMG. That's boy, man, great.
Word.
Group, GROUP.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all one word.
Yeah.
The BMMG group at gmail.com. I'm trying to get one of them emails without Gmail.
Yeah. No doubt. But what
Daddy-O got the hook up on it. Daddy-O got
I'm already knowing. You know, Daddy-O my BFF right now. You know what I'm saying? Daddy-O, yo, shout out to you, big bro. But like what can they expect if you actually answer email?
You know what? I'm glad you asked me that. Because I tried to connect with Urban Grind TV to do this.
Oh, I know.
And at the time, he wasn't interested. Yeah, because I was going to introduce. He would have been the first person to meet Daddy-O. Because Taco didn't meet him either yet, and I invited Taco. So, but anyway, I invited them.
Before we hang up, I'm gonna call Taco. Before we hang up,
I want them to meet a real person who's been in the game, so they can see how this thing really look like, you know. And but anyway, I'm here to consult.
Okay.
That means any aspect in the game. You can be a beginner just starting with no connections, or you can be somebody that's been a while, got all these connections, but still confused.
So that means they can call you and say, hey, man, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah, you can do that. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to hear your issues and give you some type of situation where I can solve your problem. If I can't do it, I know someone else.
Okay, so you're going to push somebody. If you don't have the information, you're going to push them to the right information.
That's the goal. Now, let me tell you my experience with Taco. Since he was the first person that ever called me and asked me to help, I didn't even do a contract deal with him. I didn't say you owe me this money, you owe me these lawyer hour fees, all that. I told him we're gonna do a deal where when you make connections, give me those connections. Right. And then when I get the connections, I'm gonna give you the connection. And then if you need me to come in or do any type of thing, legally, then I'll do it. Like I did the legal deal with him and Twister for that song.
Right.
Right. So, like I said, Taco usually called me for a lot of legal reasons.
Yeah.
So, but at the beginning right now, what I'm asking for is let's find out where everybody at in their career. And then let's see where we can go with it or what we can do with it. You know, everything is just working it out.
Yeah, I'm looking through my contact site. I legitimately just talked to that nigga the other night, and I'm looking. I thought for sure I saved his fucking number, so let me
ask you a question, bro. For people that's listening to this, what would you say to them, like, that don't know what is like something that they should not expect to just be easy if they're trying to get in the game?
Get signed. And the reason why I say get signed, from my experiences and ours, don't come looking for you. They already know who they want. So when people get into the game and start and they're doing their performance, don't expect someone to come and say, give me a deal. Or you're good, you should have a deal. You know, the best thing I say right now is again, we don't have an industry. So there's no consortium of people to go to consult. That's like you get sold and they might give you a license deal. Let's make a partnership and let's go do it together. But we don't have those gatekeepers here. That's like me, that been through the struggle, that know they more focused on the talent, not the business. Because if we focus on the business, everybody can get signed.
Yeah, facts. Kind of, sort of.
But again, they want to roll with their friends. I'm gonna roll with my family attorney, and I'm gonna go sign this contract, and I'm gonna take this money. Bam, and you know what happens after that. We don't do business like that. Yeah.
That's what's up. That's dope. Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not even gonna because I gotta call extra people, but trust and believe I know who Taco is. And he spoke very highly of you.
He should. I don't know if like I said, that's where we left off at. Are you taking a major deal or not? It took us 2 years for us to get there. We said where we was gonna go. Columbia, Sony. We said Sony.
Yeah.
But he got to Columbia, which is even best. I mean, come on, all the big artists. Beyonce on Columbia. You don't want to be on Columbia?
Yo. Here's the thing. Like I fucked with him when he was coming up, and then when he blew up, my niece was still like she was low key like his manager or whatever, you know what I mean? And she was running shit, selling all the tickets and everything. I ain't gonna get into little personal stuff, but shit happened or whatever. But I still rock with my mans, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, let's get off of that. So talk to the people about what this whole conversation was about.
Man, it was a lot.
Give us a tutorial.
It was a lot, man. Y'all got to hear from the man himself. He's been in the game, I believe he said 25 years. And we didn't get to there was a question I was gonna ask about like aging out in the game, because I hate that we don't respect like our legends that actually been in hip hop, because you know what I'm saying? Like if you go to country, they idolize their like legends, you know what I'm saying? And with us, 100%. It's like a little different, but like I think like that narrative is changing, man. I see a lot of things like when I'm at Sub T when the elders go over there, man, and there's a lot of respect. So, I don't think I think
well, that's why I'm in this position, Jizzo. Exactly what you thinking.
Yes, sir. And that's why we got to respect, man, those that came in here and did it before us. And those that's watching, man, there was a lot that went down. Go rewatch this interview, man. It was all about the music industry. And we talked about deals, and we talked about, how things were back then, how they are now, not needing a record label. So,
for sure.
It was a lot, man. We really appreciate you, man, coming on the show and just dropping knowledge, man, for real.
Thank you, bro. One quick nugget.
Go ahead.
If you're going to sign a deal and it's your first time signing a deal you knew, why not just do a singles deal?
A what deal?
Or I don't know if they'll do an EP with you. or do a singles deal. And if you that strong, you should at least sell 150 to 100,000 records.
Right.
Should be able to, like that thing that happened with I think it was with Jim Jones, or was it Jim Jones and Cameron, but they signed like a deal. Dude, this guy was in the hood, didn't have nothing. It was a singles deal. You know, we got our money, we got in and we got out, and he went onto other things. So,
well, that's how business go. I mean, either you go. That's why people have to think about what they really want. That's what I'm trying to offer to them to help them think that out. Because do you really want a career like Little Baby? Do you want to be loose like who can I say that's loose? I can't think of.
Don't worry.
I can't think of somebody who's loose right now.
Don't worry.
You have a career like Little Baby. You have a career like who knew out? I can't.
Whoa! Did you
right
say
now.
Cool G Rap?
No. I said who knew out. I'm trying to think of somebody who knew.
Watch out, man.
Glorilla. You might as well use her.
G-Rap
Glorilla just went platinum with a single.
G-Rap is my man. I fucking love that nigga. I don't even fucking know him, but I love G-Rap.
I think a lot of times too, people just
yeah.
I think a lot of times too, people assume that like if you the rap career is having the $1 million or having this certain amount of money, but there's a lot of professional artists out here that are making $500,000, $250,000 a year just traveling,
doing their own thing,
just doing their music.
So I'm gonna end this shit. I'm sorry. Go ahead. No. Go ahead, bro.
Ending with the game is to be sold, not told.
No, the new shit is the game is to be told all the time.
Oh, you want to change it now?
Yeah, no. Because I've been fucked over, and so it behooved me to not give game to motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. I bit that bullet too early.
So I'm gonna end the show on this. I'm gonna get big winded real quick. So you gotta listen to me, and also don't tell me to shut up real quick. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say.
I'm not gonna cut you off. Do your thing, bro.
Yeah. Thank you. Love. First of all, 100% to anybody and everybody that's put their heart into hip hop. You know, I say it in a lot of shows. I say that hip hop saved my motherfucking life because that's a fact. It saved me from doing the goofy. It saved me from being that guy. You know what I'm saying? It saved me from, a lot of shit. And it also taught me a lot of things. Hip hop taught me to be compassionate. It taught me to be a leader. Hip hop taught me to love my fellow man. You know what I'm saying? When I see a motherfucker walking down the street, I already know if he's a real hip hop head or not. Like, we have a certain swag. We have a certain thing that says, I am who you are. We get it. I love you without saying I love you. You know what I'm saying? And I much respect, you know what I'm saying, to everybody that has ever put their emotions and their feelings into this shit. There ain't nobody telling you you're going to fucking lose. We want you to listen, Linda. You know what I'm saying? We sitting over here right now, like we putting legends on this goddamn show, and they're giving game. You know what I'm saying? Listen to the game. Listen to the things that you don't understand. Man, slow down, little poppy. Slow down, little mama. Listen to the game. It's being told to you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know everything. My mans don't know everything. Jizzle, you know everything? I don't know shit.
We know nothing until we see the end.
Thank you. Now you hearing that shit. You're hearing that shit from a motherfucker in the industry, right? Y'all motherfuckers think like this show is for fucking fakery and fuckery, and it's not. We are low-key giving you game. So every time we interview somebody and we talk to them, man, we're extracting game. We are extracting game for the lames. We are putting it down for the lames. You know what I'm saying? You might not think you're a lame out there, little man, but you are. And some of y'all need like a real dose of reality. You know what I'm saying? And part of that reality is what we doing. Understand the game. You feel me?
And it is a game.
Yeah. Game.
Do not be fooled.
It's a game. And this ain't checkers, my friends. This is chess. Real shit. And as we end this, I'm gonna say, man, gratitude. I will apologize, you know what I'm saying, for me not, you know what I mean. I had a moment. I ain't gonna lie. I had a moment. I was like, I don't know if this nigga real. I don't know if this nigga real. Nigga didn't want to give me a picture or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I had to call fucking Daddy-O. Daddy-O stamped your ass like solid. Do you know what I mean? Stamped you solid. I'm like, okay, and then I'm fucking with it, whatever. But I'll say this, man. Gratitude for you being on the show. Love for you giving information. You know what I'm saying? Shit, man, you a homie of the show. That's all I can say to you, man. And that link, we're gonna figure it out. But that link, we don't give that to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Once you got that link stays. You can hop in any time, any place, anywhere, man. Do it on your phone. Do it, get in here, especially when we arguing with some of these goofy ass motherfuckers and they swear to God they know whatever in the fuck. You know what I mean? Hop in and let them know some shit. Give some game. Just man, at least let's say something at the end of this, because we got to end this.
I want to say thanks for inviting me. This is the first time someone's ever interviewed me, ever. So
love,
I hope
baby,
this go viral with
love.
This knowledge. So and you interview somebody from the Midwest, not somebody from the East Coast, West Coast, South. Somebody that's been immersed in this thing since it started. Yeah. All I got is love to give back.
Man, listen.
And if we can make some business happen, we do the business.
Well, let's
go with Shy City Cypher, baby.
Let's make sure this is not your first, your last interview on the show, man. And you come back and rock with us. I'm sure that we could have talked for hours and hours more about a whole bunch of topics, man. So that's why there's going to be a part 2. But
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. Thanks for rocking with us, man. And y'all make sure to tune into the homie, follow all the links and everything for him.
Yeah, one more time, bro, before we fucking end this. I'm going to need you to tell everybody how to find you.
Oh, email me. TheBMMG, boy, man, great. And then group, GROUP. All one word, THEBMMG group.
And what you gonna do for
at gmail.com.
Well,
at gmail.com.
And when they email your ass, what you gonna do for them?
Well, they're gonna have to find out what they calling me for. Why do you call a lawyer? Why do you call a financial service person? Because you really want them to manage your affairs. And if you want to manage your affairs, that means I need to know what's going on in your life. Who have you met? What have you been doing?
My man,
I gotta get into you.
Church.
But let me don't get it twisted. It's always about 3 songs, your 3 best songs.
Yes,
Give
sir.
me your 3 best songs, and then I can assess you from there.
You heard him. You heard him more than once. Get your shit together. Put your best shit together. Maybe my man's gonna help you.
Now, Jizzle, that's when your thing comes in.
Who, me?
Now we're gonna find out who's really serious and who's not.
Hey, listen, I don't want no smoke because I'm
be serious about your shit,
man.
That's
be serious because
that's the last thing I'll say about it. I've dealt with a lot of different every different aspect of hip hop, man. And even when I was over, and I used to work at Urban Grind TV, I had a radio show. We helped them launch the radio show up there. I was one of the first ones that had a show up there.
Church.
And one thing that we would have people sending music, right? And if you were sending in trash ass songs, we weren't even listening to it. We'd let it play for 10 seconds and change it. Because it was like, if you don't take your shit seriously enough to send us a good song, why should we even listen to your shit?
And this is what I was saying.
That's how I was taught. I need to know if it's a hit within 60 seconds.
Not even
maybe
30 seconds. But this is what I'm saying.
Take your shit serious.
Don't throw these niggas at me, because I'm a harsh ass motherfucker. I do not play games with this shit. This shit saved my life. That means I have to save others. I got to do shit, nigga. I am not here for the fuckery. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With that being said.
And one more quick thing.
Yes, sir.
My man, Heat Detector can say it's a hit. I can say it's a hit. Jizzle say it's a hit. Daddy will say it's a hit. You still got to work the record, and that's not taught in the streets.
Yep. Oh, facts.
Fact. I'm about to lose my goddamn mind, man. We love you over here.
They know I throw parties, though.
Hey, listen, we loving you over here, bro. Next time, we got to get your camera right. We got to get your shit right, because you real elusive right now. You real elusive.
That's the lead up to part 2. He planned it. It's the lead up to part 2.
Yeah. No, I know. I get it. I'm over here like, I get this nigga. Listen, about to end this shit. Do me one favor and hold on while we end this, okay? Sir?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, just hang on a second. We're going to end this. Once again, this has been Heat Detector.
It's your boy Jizzo, Shy City Cypher.